A lot's changing. Every day there's something new, and it's getting harder and harder to keep up, especially between the 3 different parks. I know I haven't been to all of them very often lately, but maybe next year things pick up. But as for now, Universal is just a juggernaut, moving forward every day and providing more and more reasons why this is going to be the #1 park in the world someday.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
For now, though, let's head into the studio and see where they stand today. Right across from the old Hello Kitty and Friends Cafe, they got some new coming. Line Friends Square.
What?
I guess it's some sort of like a shipping company or something, some sort of like a Temu Amazon thing. I don't know. It's apparently pretty popular with the kids. So,
Of course I wouldn't know anything about that.
Hey, Old Man River, zip it or I'll break your hip.
this is how you know things are about to get real this year. You got the extended queue out here outside the security check. The line to get into the park was much easier this morning. However, we're gonna try my theory on park number 2. That means that most of the people that were going to come today should already be in the park. It's about 10:45 now, so
Missed it by that much.
I think that theory might bear true. Wrong! 'Tis the season, guys, so let's go see how our friends in Whoville are this morning. Well, the Grinch still seems to be popular, only a 5-minute wait. Oh, they just changed it to 60 minutes. That seems more like it. Okay, everything here seems to be on the up and up, but there's a whole park out there that we still gotta look at. So
Let's go.
we'll start the day off at Hogsmeade, because we love Hogsmeade.
You keep using the word.
So there's something going on that's a little bit eerie this morning. The park doesn't seriously seem to be that crowded for it being Christmas time. Maybe everybody's not off of work or school yet, but I don't know. Hogsmeade seemed very low capacity compared to what we're used to at this time of year. Friggin' Forbidden Journey ride was only a 10-minute wait right now. So I don't know, maybe that holds true here. It's gonna continue on in Springfield. Let's go take a look. Not a lot going on here either. And I also saw, the ride wait times throughout the park in general are pretty low. So, I mean, maybe we take this opportunity to do something we haven't done in quite a while, and that's hop on the tram, take a studio tour.
Your funeral.
I know this is probably a mistake to do this right now, and I'm probably going to regret it because I see Jurassic World is only a 5-minute wait, and it's not super cold today, so that line's probably going to be much longer by the time I get off here. But listen, I haven't done this in such a long time. I think I should go see what the studio backlot has to offer to me and my friends.
Where do my friends go?
I don't have friends.
Walk-ons, baby. Gotta love it.
Let's go.
It's an interesting studio tour. There seemed to be a lot of things that were missing. Just little small things, like in the earthquake portion, the truck didn't come down and spray the gasoline all over everything. In the flash flood, the wagon was gone and probably just refurbishing that. But of course, what was working and fully capable, Fast and Furious Supercharged, everybody's favorite portion
of the studio tram ride.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm?
Looks like Soundstage 12 is actually getting a fresh coat of paint too, so that's probably going to be used here pretty soon, most likely. Also, in the infinity amounts of times that I've ridden that ride, I finally went through my first cord pull. Somebody lost a shoe, so we had to deal with stopping and getting that person's shoe out from under the tram, which was pretty funny. We also had to skip the entire Metro sets because TED 2 and St. Denis Medical, a lot of production's filming right now, so it takes a big chunk of the actual studio tour out. Still one of my favorite parts of this whole park. I love the studio tour so much. Can't wait to go again. But now I'm gonna go see if Jurassic World is in fact up to 30 to 35 minutes now.
Like I'm assuming it's gonna be.
What a difference a ride on the studio tour does, huh? It's much different than it was about an hour ago. It is kind of cool coming down the escalators to still see like all the markings for the pathway to the maze that was just there. It's just kind of a little remnant of the past. That'll be gone soon too, I'm sure. They got a lot of work that they're gonna be doing back in that little corner over this next year. The little hillside possible new loading and offloading ramp for the studio tour looks like it's a lot of dirt. They got those little pathways coming out. They added there's these little ball markers now. I don't know if those are markers for the path that's gonna happen. Now if they They do make a path that's very steep on some of those turnarounds, but it is what it is. And it looks like there's so they stopped cutting back the trees, it looks like. So if they do run the escalator like forked out up there on the little halfway point coming down the escalators, or going up, depending on which way you're coming, it looks like there's like a nice little spot that's set perfectly to bring people down. I personally hope that it's not a whole roundabout pathway to make people walk, because that would just be brutal. And I don't think that's what it's gonna be. I think this pathway is just to get tractors up and down within a shorter distance instead of having to go all the way around Jurassic World and Super Nintendo World if they're up top. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. This is where we're at now.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
All right, we've reached the lower lot. Oh, we're just letting dinosaurs walk around down here now.
It's crazy.
They just let Triceratops walk around outside. What do they got behind this gate? Said it was only 10 minutes, so it just doubled in time. I'm gonna take my chances and go into the queue and see what happens.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
All right, here we go. So I can't not get an aquarium like this. This seems doable. Whoa! Oh, I guess that's why Knots doesn't want to get an aquarium like this. Oh God! Back to the planivores. This is much more my speed. Always one of my favorite parts. Is watching people jump for the Parasaurus. Parasaurus, is that what I called it? Parasaurus. Well, things just got real.
Mad real.
Oh, the T-Rex pin. This is always a good place to be. Uh-oh. Is that a Parasaurus? Oh! No. Up and up we go! Oh no! Oh! Okay, we're good. Whoa, a big splasharooski. Oh man, they're coming from everywhere! Where's Blue? There's Blue. Oh my. Oh, who could ever save us from the Indominus? Oh! Oh!
I love that ride so much.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So Transformers seems to be the popular ride down here today. Jurassic Park being a 10-minute wait, Mummy being 15. Transformers almost an hour, 50 minutes. That's kind of crazy. Not used to seeing that. But here's the real test. What does Super Nintendo World look like today? At this point, I don't expect it to ever be empty in here. Even on a rainy day when the rest of the park is empty, there's always going to be people in Super Nintendo World. And I think a reason is because the land is so small that you can put a few people here and it's going to look crowded. So. But the wait list for Toastal Cafe is still open around 12:30 in the afternoon. That's good news. It's not crazy like it used to be.
Call me crazy.
One more time.
Doesn't look like the line to meet the Grinch is going to be getting any shorter anytime soon. So it's easier to just head over to the Parisian area of the park and visit Count Chocula and his legions of undead. And up and up and up they continue to go with this ride. Holy smackin'-oly, man.
Is that a technical term?
Just more and more of these coaster braces. I saw my buddy over at Cal Missing he tweeted yesterday, I believe, that they're starting to calibrate the actual angling of the braces now. So the track should be starting to come up here pretty soon. We should start to be seeing more of the track in this main section here. And I could be wrong, but we could be getting even more inversions because that real tall spike looks like it pretty much is going upside down, as close as you can get to upside down without being upside down, I guess. They've got a lot of people down in this bottom section now. So that's where a majority of the work outside of the show building is now. And then along that final straight, that turnaround over there, they're doing a ton of work over there. And then Cal Missing also said that he posted that they have a time-lapse camera somewhere over here to capture all the footage, and obviously in time-lapse form. For when the ride is complete, they'll probably have some really cool, like, big time-lapse video of the whole building of the ride, which is pretty dope. But yeah, it's getting to almost be that time where it looks like most of the braces are set. Maybe there's a few more that they still have to do, and then we're really gonna start seeing some actual track in this main spot here. That's when you know things are gonna start getting real serious. We're starting to see some brickwork start to show up on the outside of the show building. Looks like they got the whole thing like concreted, so that as that tarp starts to come down, we'll start to see more of the actual facade looking like Dominic Toretto's little warehouse, his hideout. This is just gonna keep going and going and going and going. Man, with these next 12 months are going to be insanity over at this section of the park.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
And if the Jurassic World ride doesn't get you wet enough, you can always come in here. Oh, it seems like as the day goes on, the crowds are getting more and more sizable. I think that's my cue to start heading to the exit. I guess if you ever want to clear a path, there's always Beetlejuice. You can always do the Beetlejuice thing and just make a lot of loud noise and wave your hands around erratically. Oh yeah, here I come, baby. Every time I walk by here now, I'm wondering like when they're actually going to start the actual breaking of ground for this hotel that's supposed to come out here. Curiouser and curiouser. And then also real quick before I head to the car, there were a lot of rumors that iFly was going to be shutting down at some point here in the near future, and in its place, maybe another hotel. So possibly 2 hotels, making this a real life resort up here in Universal City. I guess that makes a lot of sense to have as many of these things on property as you can to keep people here shopping and having a good time. Make this kind of a multi-day destination as opposed to just one day, hit it and split it, whatever that means.
What the hell did you just say?
It's funny how much of a stark difference there is in the parks that I visit, with Knott's really not moving forward too quickly, not really having much urgency. And then you come over to Universal and it's like they've got 3 gigantic projects in the works and more on the horizon, with a lot going on in Japan and in Orlando. So it's crazy, like there's so much it's hard to even keep up. But I got my 3 hours in this week, and I feel pretty good about the future of Universal Studios. Now I'm gonna go be a dad, play taxi on a Tuesday. So until I see you up on the mountain here at the studios or out at the farm, we will catch y'all on that flippity flop.